everybody. This is Natalie from Light of Ascension Tarot, and boy, do I have a special reading for you all today. And today's reading is we're going to be channeling the energy of the Egyptian god Anubis, okay? And we're going to be looking at Anubis magic, and we're going to be looking at funeral rites for your old life. So I'm going to explain the god Anubis, the Egyptian god Anubis, and we're going to talk about what he was the god over. But basically, we're going to take a look at a final goodbye that is happening right now in your old life, honoring what has passed and discovering what's next, especially for those of you going through really, really big changes. And if you don't want to go through the introduction with me, then you can certainly skip straight to your pile, and there'll be timestamps to every pile. Let me just go through the piles real quick before I start the intro. Pile number 1 is Serpentine. Pile number 2 is a copper pyramid. And pile number 3 is the red agate. So whatever you're feeling, you can go to the description box and choose your pile. But let's go ahead and just get right into Anubis, okay? And some of you might have heard of Anubis before because, surprise, he is featured on the Wheel of Fortune tarot card. And you can see him here. He looks like the red devil. He is not a devil. He's actually a very protective energy. But he's the red figure that's rising up and ascending on the Wheel of Fortune. And this talks about ascending out of matter and ascending up into heaven with the Anubis figure here. And you can see that he has a head of a jackal and a human body. And jackals are actually real animals and that exist. And we're going to talk about jackals as well, since Anubis was a god that had the head of a jackal, okay? And we see many figures. The Wheel of Fortune has so much imagery on it. It is such a busy card. It can be a very confusing card for people that are starting to read tarot, because there's just so much symbolism on it, and there's not always even agreement of what's going on in the center of the wheel, okay? And yeah, but the Wheel of Fortune, a concept that and there's the Sphinx, the snake, and the Anubis god right here, okay? And this just shows, like, sometimes we're on the top of the pyramid and we're understanding what's happening, what's going on around us, the Sphinx energy. Other times with the snake energy, we're descending into matter and diving deep. And then in other times, we are ascending out of that with the Anubis energy and ascending to different levels, and we're on the upswing. And Anubis helps he's really the ruler of the scales, and he judges souls and either sends them to be devoured or lets them ascend to heaven, okay? So he is a pretty important god in Egyptian times. And even now, as I was preparing for your reading, I was listening to an invocation to Anubis, and it's on a YouTube channel that I found, and I will drop the link below. If I forget, someone remind me, because it is a powerful, amazing meditation. And so I was doing that as I was getting ready for your reading here. And I just want to tell you guys the way, because I was feeling his energy as I was shuffling out your oracle cards here, and it was like he was giving me messages, okay? And Anubis, a lot of people may refer to Anubis as the Egyptian Hermes or the Egyptian Mercury, right? But I think he has a role unto his own, really. And his energy, while it does have the psychopomp kind of factor that Mercury has, like leading souls into the underworld and all of that, his energy feels very different than Mercury to me. So I'm going to tell you like how I felt his energy, and then I'm going to go through some of the associated history about Anubis, and we'll also talk about jackals, okay? Because the Anubis has the head of a jackal. Okay, so my personal experience with his energy is that he doesn't like working quickly, but he does work efficiently. So when he's and he is very careful and pays attention very closely to what he's doing. He pays very close attention to detail, and works almost in a somber type of a matter, and is very careful, but also very skilled and efficient. And but he doesn't like working quickly or sloppily. He wants us to be patient and not rush through important moments. And he wants us to uphold our sacraments and promises to ourselves, okay? His energy is very serious and watchful. When I was feeling his energy, I was feeling it as both heavy and light at the same time. It was really interesting. And I feel like Anubius can be scary if you're not ready to face him, I mean, he works in his own time and in his own way. And I feel like if you're not prepared to meet with his energy, it could feel scary to someone. I feel like he also exists in service to humanity very faithfully. And I kept getting like some type of Virgo energy, which is interesting because Virgo is ruled by Mercury, right? And Mercury is exalted in Virgo. And so basically Mercury finds its highest expression in Virgo. So I kept getting this Virgo energy, and I don't know if gods have like a star sign or whatever, but I definitely got some kind of, it's almost like Virgo scorpionic energy, if I can describe it correctly. Also Aries, I felt that too with Anubius, because very sharp, very focused, and very determined as well, like that piece coming in, okay? So that's how I experienced his energy. Now, let me just tell you a little bit about Anubius and the symbolism for Anubius. So Anubius was an ancient Egyptian god. He still is the ancient Egyptian god of the dead. He has the head of a jackal, and he judges souls after death, and he guides lost souls into the afterlife. Anubius was not evil, but kept evil out of Egypt, okay? So Anubius oversees the process of dying, death, mummification, embalming, the afterlife, cemeteries, tombs, and the underworld, okay? And, I actually, out of all these things that Anubius rules over, I feel like what he really enjoys most is like the mummification and the embalming. I really feel like his energy is really, like he really enjoys that the most, is what I was getting. And jackals, so Anubis has the head of a jackal, and a jackal, I'll explain what a jackal is in a minute, but jackals like to hunt on the edges of the desert and kind of go around a cemetery, and why do I keep saying that? Go around a cemetery, go around a cemetery and scavenge for, uncovered human bodies, and jackals sometimes will eat their flesh, okay? So jackals are really no joke either. And Anubius, like I said, was the guide of souls, and he is a psychopomp just like Hermes was. And another interesting thing that Anubis does is he actually weighs the heart at the end of someone's life. And he is the guardian of the scales and is judging who is worthy to enter heaven. So that's a pretty important job, okay? So it's like he prepares the body for mummification, for embalming, and then he judges a deceased person's heart against Mat's feather of truth, okay? And a lot of us have heard about the goddess Mat and the feather of truth and weighing the heart against a feather. And if the heart is heavier than a feather, it means somebody is evil or has an evil heart. And then that person, Anubius, will feed that heart basically to a monster that lives in the underworld. But if your heart is actually lighter than a feather, you will ascend up into heaven, okay? And the way I even see that is it's like Anubius will send people's hearts who are heavier than a feather back to the earth plane to reincarnate. I kind of feel like that's what it might be. Like that's the monster that consumes us, right? Yeah, so Basically the Anubius has the body of a human man and the head of a jackal. And like I said, he is featured on the Wheel of Fortune tarot card and represents the ascension of spirit back from matter back into divinity. And the god Anubius also had a very important role in funerals and giving the last rites at funeral rites, okay, and basically honoring the dead as well. And so that's why the reading is called Funeral Rites for Your Old Life, okay? And okay, so a little bit of information about jackals as well, because like I said, Anubius has the head of a jackal. Jackals look like, they're actually real things, and they look like, just like Anubius is a real thing, right? But jackals are an animal, and they look like a cross between a wolf, a coyote, a dog, and a fox. Really interesting. Like when you look at their face, you're like, ooh, that jackal looks very mercurial, or looks kind of like a trickster, okay? So jackals, when we talk about jackals, jackals really find the truth, develop strategy to be productive. They scrutinize things and conduct in-depth investigation. Jackal energy is cunning in all enterprises and can outsmart the competition. Jackal energy encourages us to tie up loose ends and get down to business. Jackals are very mysterious, and they always look like they have a twinkle in their eye. They're very shrewd and streetwise, and they rule over transformation and trickery, okay? And if you feel like, you know, these things have been hard for you, like developing the strategy, outsmarting your competition, tying up loose ends, getting down to business, if you felt some of these other not so great things when, you know, when we're low on jackal energy, or when we're like feeling a lack of it, right? And in those situations, it may feel like we have a weak backbone, or we have an onslaught of contrary ideas about the direction that we should be going in life. And that happens a lot, right? You think about the Wheel of Fortune, and you think about the onslaught of ideas and the contrary ideas flying in every direction, right? And it can get very confusing about like, where should I go and what should I do, right? So it has to do with, you know, sometimes having those confusing thoughts, and maybe confusing our inner voice for just overthinking or overworking something, okay? Like knowing the difference between our true inner voice and just the confusing thoughts that are kind of like flying through our head, okay? When times are tight, jackal energy finds solutions to make it through tough conditions. And jackal energy also asks, is there any trickery afoot right now in my life? And jackal energy also asks, is there anyone riding on your coattails or your talents? Okay. And jackal energy asks, is there anyone in my midst who's being spiritually abusive? And jackal energy also asks about that sense of feeling inadequate, right? Because jackals, I mean, they have that energy of being very adequate, right? So if we're lacking in that energy, then it could make us feel like we're inadequate, okay? So that's the energy that I am getting for Anubius and for jackal energy as well. And we're gonna go ahead and start your reading. And I have like 4 questions that I'm going to see if Anubius will help us work with this on this and answer this. And I have a feeling he's gonna help us because I felt his energy, okay? And I did what he said. He was like guiding me as I was dealing out your cards, okay? So we're gonna ask what Anubius wants to help say to you and wants to help you say as a final goodbye to, okay? What Anubius wants to help you say a final goodbye to. Sorry, I have to read that statement correctly. What Anubius wants to help you say a final goodbye to in your life. And then we're gonna see, where do you need to tie up any loose ends and get down to business? Then we'll look at the final judgment on the matter, because Anubius is ruling over the scales. And then we are going, because Anubius is also the psychopomp guiding, you know, souls as they're going through these big changes, we're going to ask how Anubius is guiding your soul, okay? So I am very excited for the reading. We are going to go ahead and get into it, everybody. You can always listen to more than one pile if you're really feeling the energy, or if you really love Anubis energy, you can always listen to more than one pile. It is allowed, okay? And I feel like Anubis is is pretty strong on the rules, okay? But I feel like he's nodding his head like that's allowed. You can listen to more than one pile, okay? So let's go ahead and get into the energy. I feel like Anubis sort of demands excellence with whoever he's working with, okay? The energy actually kind of reminds me of my astrology teacher in a way, I have to say. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the energy. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the Serpentine stone, and today's reading is called Anubis Magic, Funeral Rites for Your Old Life. Honor what has passed and discover what is next, okay? And so we're going to take a look at how the god Anubis is helping guide you into this new phase of your life and how you're releasing your old life, okay? And as I talked about in the intro, Anubis is the red figure with the jackal head on the Wheel of Fortune, talking about life's ups and downs and changes. And for those of you that are like, what's Anubis? I have no idea what you're talking about, Natalie. Like, this is crazy. Listen to my intro because I go into a lot of detail about it, okay? If you're like, I don't even know what that is, all right, just definitely listen to my intro. So let's go ahead and channel the energy. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to my pile number 1 as we ask the god Anubis to be with us here today. We are paying attention. We are grounded in our energy. We come today seeking your guidance humbly for the benefit of anybody who finds this reading. God of the dead in Egypt. Okay, let's go ahead and get into it. Interesting, when Anubis's energy comes around, it's like everything gets really quiet, okay? So let's go ahead and see. We have swiftness and the 8 of Wands, okay. And we have the Ace of Swords, ooh. And we have the 8 of Pentacles and prudence. All right, so I can already see here, like these are 2 8s and a 1, 818, okay? 818 is the area code in the San Fernando Valley in Los Angeles. Actually, my phone number starts with 818 because I lived in LA for 10 years. But anyway, non sequitur, pile number 1. I feel like Anubis magic wants to kind of speak to you in codes. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the reading, when I think of Anubis energy, I definitely think of that Virgo energy. And the 8 of Wands or the 8 of Pentacles is Sun in Virgo, associated with the Sun in Virgo. So that really makes sense that prudence is showing up here. And you have 2 8s with an ace in the middle here. And the Ace of Swords is the root of the powers of air. So it's that fresh idea. It's that moment of clarity, that moment of inspiration that comes after we have been diligently working and applying ourselves and really taking every step the proper way, all right? And I feel like your guys is what's kind of falling away here is, I feel like what you can say goodbye to in your old life would be more like the 7 of Pentacles, which comes before the 8 of Pentacles, okay? And the 7 of Pentacles is where we start to get really frustrated because we're not seeing progress and we're not seeing things happen in the timing that we want, okay? So I feel like and there may be a procrastination here for some of you guys as well that you've dealt with. And some of you here with this 8 of Wands may even struggle sometimes like with ADD energy or like ADHD energy, or you may struggle like your energy is going in a lot of different directions. You have a lot of different ideas. And I feel like with this 8 of Wands, it's almost like the 7 of Wands before it shows what you're releasing. Which is like exhausting yourself, like defending, not even defending yourself, but just exhausting yourself in the battle of life, is what I feel like, which then sends your energy in 20 different directions, okay? And what's interesting is, you know, Mercury is in detriment in Sagittarius, and this is a Mercury in Sagittarius card. So it's like we've really kind of gone off script, and our energy is going in a bunch of different directions, and it's really fun, but it may not be accomplishing what you want. So I feel like that sense of like, I'm exhausting myself. I had a lot of ideas. I don't really want to wait for things. They should be showing up right now. I feel like this kind of Anubis, as I mentioned in the intro, doesn't really like impatience, okay? And I feel like what Anubis does like is the Ace of Swords and prudence, and likes when people have a very clear mind, have attention to detail, approach their tasks with, you know, a lot of like I'm doing this, now I'm doing that, right? Just in a regimented kind of a way. And that can be really hard, especially like, I fully recognize, pile number one, that, I mean, ADHD is a real thing. I have a friend that has ADHD. My little sister had ADHD. So I think, you know, now as she's gotten older, well, I think it's still a little bit there. But anyway, I mean, I think that, I mean, I know it's a real thing, and we don't always have the luxury of being able to overcome everything in our life. Like, there may be a part of you, pile number one, that always is going to just want, you know, a lot of people want things to happen right now. And a lot of times our energy gets splintered into different directions, right? But I think Anubius energy is really helping you guys zero in and focus in on what works and what doesn't work, okay? Because when your energy is really scattered like that, people can easily take advantage of you or make you feel gullible, is also what I'm getting here, pile number one. So Anubius energy is not gullible at all. I mean, Anubius, I feel his energy is like one of the most non-gullible, kind of like non-splintered energies ever that I've ever dealt with. And I feel his energy is very heavy with you right now, pile number one, as you know, there is a lot of stuff popping off in your life, or there is a lot of stuff about to be popping off in your life. And it's not a bad thing, you know, it's not a bad thing. The rainbow here, it's really nice. It's not a bad thing. We just need to focus a little bit more, okay? So let's see what else. Let's see what else regarding funeral rites for your old life. We have exiled, illusion of separation, disconnection, and isolation. Yeah, God, right? Pile number one, that sense that we're locked out. You know, here's the red door, and we want to go through it, and it's right next to us, but we can't see it because we're just like, I don't belong, or I'm not ready, or I know that that doorway is there for me, that new door. I feel like you guys are you're in an in-between phase right now with this Ace of Swords. You're in these two eights, you're in an in-between phase between what was and what is, okay? And what can be. You're like in a purgatory, I feel, in your life right now, a little bit. And you're like, I'm prepared to take the next step here, but I feel like I'm missing something, or there's something I'm not seeing, or there's something I'm not paying attention to, okay? And like there's some type of disconnect. And some of you may actually be feeling the effects of isolation. I know a lot of people are, because of what we've been through over the last couple of years. The Eight of Wands will help rectify that, because it's like new energy, fresh energy coming in, and things popping off in a lot of different directions, all right? So let's see what else. So say goodbye to this illusion of separation, disconnection, and isolation, and get ready to kind of have your energy pop off, is what I feel like Anubius is saying here. Oh my God, we have the universal midwife and birth. I birth fruitful and sacred assignments. Oh my God, assignments. Oh, wow. I love that. The universal midwife. Getting chills right now. I feel like Anubis is honoring your guys' energy right now and saying you're entering into this phase like you've earned it. You've earned it. You're entering into this phase where the things that you see and do are going to be fruitful and having a sense of purpose, right? Because the Eight of Wands can be going in 1,000 directions. So I feel like having this sense of purpose, having a sacred assignment in life is so important, right? And I feel like some of you, when you walk through this red door, you're gonna get your sacred assignment, like why you're here, what you're meant to do, like what's your purpose, all of that. Ace of Swords is gonna become crystal clear. And because we have the Ace of Swords here, some of you may work with the energy of Archangel Michael as well. Ooh, yeah, the Anubis is the god of transformation. So you guys are, like I said, you're in that in-between phase, that purgatory between your old life and your new life, and you are going through a transformation. It says you are under construction, embrace change. Wow, pile number one. Okay, my loves. But I feel like here your new life is not going to be disorganized. It's not going to be like, it's, you know, a lot of times when we walk into a new life, we feel very out of sorts and we feel like our energy is just like, okay, it's all over the place, right? I feel like when you walk into this, you're going to be ready. And I love the red roses that she's holding here. I feel like you guys are going to be ready, okay? And it's going to be organized and clear when the moment comes, okay? And we have enemies, stop punishing yourself. Yeah, so Anubis here is saying to you guys, you know, some of you may be thinking like, I should be at a different point, or I should have done this a long time ago, or why did I stay stuck in that energy for so long, you know? Or why did I not trust this transformation that was happening? Why didn't I follow my gut instinct here? Because she's looking up at this pink butterfly and it's leading her to this red door, okay? And some of you may have been isolating and disconnecting as a way to punish yourself, okay? Pile number one, and I really, really can relate to that. Like that sense of like feeling like you're an enemy to yourself because you're not giving yourself what you need, all right? When energy gets very splintered. And Anubis energy just saying, yes, you are going through a transformation right now. We have unlikely. Okay, and this is coming out under this exiled energy and this Eight of Wands. All right, so if you guys were trying to get other people to be on board with you before you walk through that door of transformation, like if you were trying to wait to kind of get buy-in, or you were waiting for some kind of sign to show you, and in the meantime, you were just kind of chilling and hanging back a little bit, I feel like Anubis is saying here, it's unlikely that, you know, some of you may have wanted someone else to walk through that door with you, okay? And, you know, they're really, with this universal midwife, there is a need to like nurture and to feel held almost. I feel like you guys are the baby here, okay? And it's like you guys, I feel like you guys need that energy of like being held and protected right now as you move into this new phase. And if you're waiting for someone else to show up, especially with the red roses here, if some of you were waiting for a specific romantic partner, or you were waiting on to really walk through that door of transformation until someone showed up here with you, or someone showed up in general, and you've been waiting and waiting for that, I feel like Anubis is saying it's unlikely that that's going to happen. So Anubis just wants you to walk through that door, okay? It's going to feel so much better when you do. And I feel like some of you have been second guessing yourself on a change that you need to make right now. Like, it's unlikely that this could work out or this could happen. And Anubius is like, stop thinking that way, stop splintering your own energies, and don't wait for anyone else at this time, okay? The red door calls for you. And we have here the temple of my body. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, some of you may have been waiting for a point when something changed with your physical health, or, you know, and I feel like your body is very important. And Anubius is saying here that you do need to pay attention to that at this time, okay? Like how you're nourishing yourself and how you see your body as well here. The temple of my body. Like, some of you guys may have been kind of unkind to your body, or you weren't in the best of health, okay? And I feel like in this new life, you're getting what you need. You're getting the nutrients or the nurturing that you need. Some of you may have been like undernourished as a baby, or born early, or you just didn't get, like, as a baby, I feel like some of you didn't really get like the nurturing that you needed from the people around you. And that could have made you really feel like this, like punishing yourself. I feel like some of you may have been using like certain food or withholding food from yourself. Okay, for those of you that struggled with an eating disorder in the past, I just want to pay homage to you, my loves, and say, you know, it seems like you guys are really, you know, like you're entering a new phase. I just want to pay respect to what you've been through. When I say pay homage, you know, I want to pay respect to what you've been through with that, as far as nurturing and being nurtured, being fed, feeding yourself, not treating yourself like an enemy here, okay? And also, I wanted to say in the reading that Anubius energy is associated with Sirius, with the star system Sirius. And for those of you that identify with Syrian star seeds, we're going to get a Syrian star seed card for you here. We have Saving Humanity, number 43. So I'm just going to look at what this says really quick for you guys. This is Sirius energy in the past. And look, I had that page marked, which is so funny. It says, in the early Earth days, the Syrians had positive intentions to protect humans and make sure they evolved without interference. However, they became a bit obsessive about saving the human race. Maybe you guys became a little bit obsessive about saving other people or waiting for other people here. And Anubius is like, don't wait, just go ahead, okay? However, the Syrians became a bit obsessive about saving the human race, and many humans who were once Syrians still carry the pattern, the karmic pattern today. It is time for this pattern to be released. Know that no one person can save humanity or another person. Yeah, we all play a vital role in Earth's transformation. Transformation right there. The universe works through us. All we need to do is stay open. Ace of Swords, release the need to force change. And like with the Eight of Wands, like force it too soon, and be living examples of the Creator in every step that we take. Okay, the Sirius cards from this era speak to the deep karmic issues of the Syrians when they were a young species. They had major obstacles to surmount. Yeah, I feel like you guys had from the time you were a baby even, like, and even here, she looks like she's, you know, like maybe like 10, 11, 12, 13, 8, 9. I feel like you guys, as you matured, you had a lot of obstacles to deal with, okay? And the cards from this era specifically refer to a time in Earth's past when the Syrians were on Earth working with the Palladians to assist in the upliftment, okay, of humanity. Yeah, so they performed many services for the protection of new humans. They created karma that took millennia to heal. Some humans today who were incarnated at that time as Syrians still carry this habitual pattern of trying to save others rather than looking at themselves. If this card comes up in your reading, it could mean many things. It could mean that you were incarnated at a time as a Syrian or as a human and you had to deal with these issues, and you most likely have not fully maybe healed from them. It could also mean that you as a human in this life now have a tendency to fix things or save people instead of focusing on your own personal evolution. Yeah, and that could be what was causing the splintered energies, right? And causing like a little bit of lack of focus, right? And the sense that you're not really getting what you need here with this temple of my body, okay? And I feel this is changing, because look at here, it's like very beautiful, and Mother Gaia like feeding you directly, and you're being held. I feel like pile number 1. We have illumination, yeah, and Anubis is bringing so much illumination around your childhood. I feel pile number 1, and times when you like punished yourself for what was happening around you, okay? And I think that's the root of this kind of like saving other people or waiting for other people to show up, right? And those patterns are really being illuminated right now, especially with this Ace of Swords, all right? We have intuition, yeah. So Anubis says you already know, you already understand your past fully. I feel like pile number 1, like you understand and you already know that it's unlikely that this person comes around or shows up for whatever reason, okay? Your intuition already knows this information here. And Anubis is here to illuminate your intuition, is also what I feel, okay? And the Ace of Swords, like a clear mind, will definitely help with that. And everyone got a Goddess Isis card too, because I love Isis, and you know, she's like sister to Anubis here, okay? But let's go ahead and see. We have magic and ritual. Effect in the external world can be created through inner practice. Heart-centered ritual can support your inner path in the physical world. You are encouraged to enhance your power with regular practice as you grow in grace, love, and ability and wisdom. Applying your inner beauty to transform your outer world. Again, another transformation here. And Isis talking about ritual, creating rituals around nurturing and clearing your head. Maybe for some of you, it's also, you know, a meditation thing, okay? Let's see what else here. You have a very active mind, I feel, pile number 1, all right? So we want to put it to good use, right? We have peace. Ooh, I knew this card was going to come up. And talking about daily spiritual practices of meditation or sitting with ourselves, when we feel that urge to save everyone else around us or wait, you know, respond constantly, especially for those of you that resonate with Virgo energy, okay, or you have Virgo in your chart, like responding and reacting instead of just letting the feeling wash over you and sitting in peace, okay? Your soul has a very long memory of what it's like to sit in peace with only like the sounds of nature around you and not be triggered into like overdoing it when it comes to other people, okay? Or yourself, right? Or just splintering your own energies. We have here health and healing. Yeah, so the temple of your body here, pile number 1, definitely Anubis wanting to draw attention, especially with Virgo energy here too, health and healing and peace, all right? And when you guys have some separation from those triggers, all right, I feel like it's gonna actually improve your health too, okay? And there may be some rituals that you want to do around that, okay? And I think some of you are finding out how punishing yourself has created, you know, situations where you've punished your body or you've not given yourself what you need, all right? And Anubis wants to draw attention to this and say, like, 8 of Pentacles and Ace of Swords, healthy mind, healthy body, okay? That's definitely Ace of Swords and 8 of Pentacles. We have here, hold your vision, fixed moon. Okay, so there is a vision that you have for your future, pile number 1, and you've come up against some obstacles, like it said here in the past, definitely, but you are under construction right now, and you are going to emerge with this Ace of Swords, okay? So hold your vision regardless of what anybody else decides to do, okay? Hold your vision strong. And we have here universal love, number 44. Yeah, talk about saving humanity and universal love. I mean, you guys do have universal love for everyone, you know? It's like you guys come bearing gifts, you come bearing flowers, you come into this lifetime adding so much to the lives of others, right? I feel like you guys really do. The frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, right? When we're in that illusion of we're separate, it activates the connection we feel to each other, to the planet, and to the whole of existence itself. Wow. Okay, instead of that splintered energy, it's hold the energy for connection, hold the energy, you know, for the planet, right? With this peace and being in nature. And it's like, I think you guys want to be around other people for sure. And you don't want to be isolated anymore, pile number 1. But you also can't like hold yourself back either. I mean, you still live in the energy of universal love, but it's time to direct some of that love at yourself is what I feel here, okay? So let's go ahead and see. So this is kind of how Anubis wants to help you. Definitely stuff around health, mental peace, the mind and the body, to stop punishing yourself here, okay? And understand that you are under transformation right now. And yeah, Isis coming through talking about magic and ritual being important as well. So let's go ahead and see. Let's go to the next question here with the tarot. Where do you need to tie up loose ends and get down to business around this? So where does pile number 1 need to tie up loose ends and get down to business? Okay, we have justice. Okay, so it's definitely time. Well, and it's interesting because Anubis is the ruler of the scales, right? So he's really coming through strong here. But it is time to take a look at situations in your life and say, is this really fair to me? And does this really make sense when I put it under the microscope of truth? Okay, and there may be some of you may be going through, like if you're going through a divorce or a separation or something that you need to do some formal paperwork around too. So there definitely could be some like formal paperwork, things that need to happen to tie up loose ends here, like formal contracts and paperwork and things like that. All right, actual things that loose ends that need to be tied up. And I'm getting Spirit saying maybe things you've been avoiding, but they do need to be tied up, okay? Where do you need to tie up loose ends and get down to business? Where do you need to? We have the Hierophant, okay? We have Libra and Taurus here. For those of you that resonate with those energies as well. I feel like also, you know, I feel like sometimes people are just not going to be on the same page with you, you know, even about your beliefs, like what you believe versus what they believe, okay? And because I kind of feel like this is you are justice and someone else is the Hierophant here. Like someone expects that you stick around and wait for them, or that you listen to them, or that you just kind of stay stuck here. Or that they can be the one that has control, all right? And I feel like this person or situation, I feel like this energy needs to be faced, and it needs to be looked at from a logical perspective. And if it no longer makes sense, then it needs to be cut out, okay? And we have here the Knight of Cups. And so I see this is you. This is also Scorpio. So we have Libra, Taurus, and Scorpio here. But I feel like this is you guys saying, after you deal with this person or situation that has been very unyielding, very stubborn, very unmoving, thinking that they know. I just feel like justice made her sword flinch right there. I felt like literally, I just feel like that sword just like jumped out of her hand for a second there. If you guys have been dealing with someone, and it could be a parent, it could be somebody at work, it could be a lover or a friend, but I feel like, you know, whatever this is, this person does have authority, but they don't have authority over you, is what I'm getting here, okay? And with this Knight of Cups energy, I just feel like you guys are saying, you know what, like, it's much easier if I just keep going on and I just keep pressing forward and I just keep my emotional energy from getting stuck in these situations, and I just keep moving towards this better future, because the Knights are all about movement, you know, and purpose, right? Movement and purpose. And I definitely feel like for you guys, there was a message in here about, I birth fruitful and sacred assignments, okay? So I feel like once you kind of deal with this energy, with this Hierophant, I feel like it's a lot easier for you guys to just move forward, okay? And things are gonna flow a lot more. And I feel some of you are gonna feel very rejuvenated, like in your body and your mind. I feel like your mind and your heart are gonna be on the same page, okay? And they may be here with this Justice energy, maybe they weren't completely on the same page. So like your heart and your mind. So I feel like now here moving forward, everything is gonna make sense, all right? And let's go ahead and see. Okay, so the Five of Wands just wanted to pop out there. The final judgment on this situation is the Five of Wands, okay? So again, that I feel like what the Anubis is saying here is that this situation is no longer worth it, okay? And whatever it is, right? And whatever you've been fighting yourself on, should I stay, should I go? Whatever, like, again, I feel there is a difference in opinion between these two. There's a difference in beliefs or opinions. And, you know, both are intelligent, both have authority, okay? But I feel like it's time to maybe take the emotion out of it here with Justice and make a call on this situation, okay? Because the final judgment here is the Five of Wands, and it's like, okay, I don't really want to stay in this energy anymore, and I don't really want to fight anymore. And I think that's the key to moving on. And Anubis's final judgment is stay away from the Five of Wands, okay? Stay away from situations where you always feel like you have to prove yourself, or you always feel like there's naysayers, or you feel like things have become very chaotic and they have no rhyme or reason anymore. You know, stay away from expending energy in useless ways. I feel like Anubis is saying there, okay? And let's go ahead and see, how is Anubis guiding your soul? For my pile number ones, how is Anubis guiding your soul? The Tower. Ooh, nice. I mean, you definitely want Anubis with you when you're going through Tower, okay? Because his energy is very calm, very steady, very pragmatic, and very powerful, okay? And so Anubis is helping to guide you through some really big changes in your life right now that seem to come out of nowhere. You know, it's like this shocked me and it came out of nowhere. And, but I feel like in a way it's kind of fortunate, because in a way I feel like some of you were wondering how you would get out of something, and this is the way out, okay? So I feel like there's something coming up, or something that happened recently that's showing you like the way out of a situation. And Anubis is helping you to like embrace that and not question it, and just nod your head and say, okay, like I get the big picture now. I get what's happening here. Thank you. I got that. All right. So how is Anubis guiding your soul? How is Anubis guiding your soul? With a little tough love is just what I heard. Knight of Wands, a little tough love. Okay, talk about tough love. 3 of Swords on the bottom of the deck, all right? So there definitely could be something going on with an Aries or a fire sign right now that, you know, has been, talk about somebody, maybe some of you had a father figure in your life that showed you a lot of tough love, or broke your heart many times, or had a parent like that. Also, some of you could have been in a relationship with someone that was very demanding and critical and selfish, okay? And Anubis is coming through here saying it's time to go, G-O, go, Knight of Wands, okay? And I feel like the Knight of Wands is like the hero running into the tower. And it's so funny because I remember drawing this combination in a reading before, and I was like, it's like with the Knight of Wands, it's like the hero rushing in to save you just as you think like you've lost everything or that you've fallen, okay? And I do feel like there could be somebody helpful here as well, you know, and I feel like Anubis is saying, yeah, like you ask, call on me and I'll show up. Okay. And he's not really one that likes to do things on a whim or quickly, but you know, if something's really going down, I feel he'll show up, okay, for you guys. And, you know, I feel like Anubis is helping you guys to learn is guiding you by helping you like how to learn to play with fire and not get burned is what I'm getting. Okay. Like how to deal with these situations and come out of them unscathed and not get burned, okay? And to kind of bounce back onto the path that you're meant to be on, like unfazed in a way, okay? And that's what and it's also about bravery, I feel too, because the Knight of Wands is a very brave person. It kind of reminds me of like the firefighters who were going up all the stairs, you know, when the World Trade Centers, when the Twin Towers were hit, and the firefighters were going up all those stairs in the Twin Towers, okay? It's very heroic energy, all right? So Anubis is helping you guys like be the heroes of your own life is what I feel. What a deep reading, pile number 1. Oh my goodness. Wow. That was a pretty long reading too as well. So I hope you guys really got something out of that, and I hope it resonated for you. Do leave me a comment because I love reading your comments if that resonated. And I love to hear like what's going on with you as well, like in your life, if you feel like sharing. I do like to hear all about what's happening. So let's go ahead and move on to pile number 2. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the Copper Pyramid, and today's reading is called Anubis Magic, Funeral Rites for Your Old Life. Honor what has passed and discover what's next, okay? So we're going to be looking at how the god Anubis is helping you kind of put the, you know, dust and settle on your old life and then bring you into your new life, okay? And I have a series of questions that we're going to be asking. First, we're going to look at the oracle cards, and then we will get into the tarot. And for those of you that are like, who's Anubis and what are you talking about? Listen to my intro because I go way into detail on it. And of course, Anubis is featured on the Wheel of Fortune card, and you can see he has a human body with a head of a jackal. And Anubis presides over mummification, embalming. He takes lost souls through, you know, through the gates and figures out where they're supposed to go. Are they going up to heaven and ascending? Are they going back into the material plane? Okay, so Anubis is a very special Egyptian god. Just giving you a little summary here. And I explained his energy and how I feel his energy at the beginning of the reading as well. All right, so let's go ahead and see how Anubis is helping you guys honor what has passed and discover what is next. Let's see. We have, the High Priestess. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Okay, pile number 2. We have the Aeon. We have Judgment. Wow. I really associate Anubis energy with Judgment, with the tarot card Judgment for sure. Also the Wheel of Fortune because he's on it. But I mean, I definitely associate him with the Aeon as well here. And it looks like Horus is it Horus? I think it's Horus that's actually on the Aeon card in the Thoth deck here. But it's very Egyptian for sure. And I feel like this is you guys, the woman here, like she's got her finger up to her lip and she's looking out like, is this really my life? Or is this really what's happening right now? Or can I trust this? Is this something that makes sense for me? Okay, I feel like that could be coming up here. We have, and especially with Judgment, we have a lot of changes. It's very Plutonic energy. All right, and I feel you guys may be quite sensitive right now with this High Priestess energy. I feel like some of you are like, God damn, I can't take any more like changes. I feel like some of you have been through a lot of changes, and Ascension energies is also what I feel you guys have been through, pile number 2. And I think some of you are just like, I don't know, you know, like what's ahead for me now? Because I think you're feeling very sensitive, all right? And some of you could also be experiencing great upgrades to your psychic abilities as well. Your intuitive, your psychic abilities. If you do any type of thing in the occult at all, astrology, tarot, whatever it is, your studies, I feel like some of you are having some very big upgrades right now. And for some of you, I feel like your life purpose is going to completely change. Like what you're doing is going to completely change here with Judgment. And I feel like for some of you, like things have been different or off or having a lot of changes since 2020. Okay. 2020 was a double Judgment year, and there's been a lot that's happened. Okay. There's been a lot that I feel like you guys have been absorbing a lot of the collective energy that's happening on the earth plane right now. I also feel like you guys have been a little bit, I just heard under the weather. So maybe some of you have felt this sensitivity and not feeling like with your old energy, like super energetic, possibly because you've absorbed a lot of energy here as well. But I feel like there's a little sense of being passive here, okay, with the High Priestess and kind of absorbing everything and being a little bit passive, okay? And even the little girl here on the Judgment card, she's like, I don't know about this. Like, she's staring at Horus and she's like, I don't know. Like, this is kind of, what am I stepping into here? Okay, and I feel like what Anubis is helping with you guys here is this Prince of Wands. And this is the Knight of Wands in this deck. And this is the Prince of the Chariot of Fire. Okay, and it's like, here I am, you know, like, what's that song? Here I am, like something about send me an angel or I need a miracle or something like that. But it's like, here I am. And I just got the word thundering. So there's something becoming very like thundering about your energy. And I feel like a lot of you maybe felt like you were sleeping through the last couple of years, or you just felt continually exhausted. Or you just felt like very dreamy. Some of you may have been going through a Neptune transit as well, which there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like you're going to enter into a much more active phase of your life with this Knight of Wands, okay? And I feel like some of you, you've been like sleeping on some ideas that you've had, like your intuition is telling you that's a good idea or go for it, or you're getting downloads about a change you're supposed to be doing, or a new risk even that you're supposed to be taking here. And I feel like you guys are kind of questioning yourself on that. Like, should I here? And I feel like with this Knight of Wands, this Prince of Wands, it's, oh, definitely. And I feel like Anubis has a megaphone right now and is like, oh, definitely pile number 2. Okay. And his energy is more quiet. So like serious and quiet, I feel. So for him to come out this way and be like, oh yeah, definitely. All right. I feel like is a big deal. It's like some of you guys could have really been in the energy of the moon for the last couple of years, but I feel like you're really going to step out now. And the Prince of Wands in the tarot is a Leo. So I feel like you're going to be living your life like more in front of people, more on stage, taking command, taking control of situations, maybe even living your life more like a Leo. Maybe some of you have moon in Leo, but or you have fire energy, but it's like really let it shine, you know? And I feel like some of you question this about yourself at times and hold back a little bit. And I also feel like some of you are losing weight too. I feel like I see like pizza or Doritos or chips in the background. I kind of feel like you guys are shedding excess, like I don't know if it's excess water weight or bloat or whatever, but I feel like you guys are kind of like shedding whatever was, you know, weighing you down or pulling you down. And I feel like you guys are really going to, and if there was anyone who is trying to oppress you or hold you back, like you have all these downloads and ideas, but you feel like somebody isn't listening to you or you feel oppressed by something, I feel like going forward, kiss that goodbye, because you're going to be the charioteer. You're going to be the one in command. You're going to be the one that has, you know, that can say who, what, when, where. You're going to be the active one is what I feel. Pile number 2. Okay. So let's see what else. We have galactic guidance, star family, assistance, and cooperation. Yeah. And again, I mentioned you guys, being really connected to these ascension energies and being really with the high priestess and galactic guidance. I'm sure you guys are just getting downloads constantly. And you're very intuitive, psychic, empathic, whatever you want to say, pile number 2, like you do have that energy. Okay. And, you know, and I just think that like there is a lot of psychic activity around you right now. Even when you're dreaming and when you're sleeping at night, I feel like you guys are just getting a lot, even more information, even more, almost too much, baby, where it's like, okay, we have to stop. It's almost like we have to change gears here and start putting things out more rather than just absorbing. Okay. And we have the Oracle. Oh my God. Of course you guys are the Oracle. My God. The Oracle forecast. I am the Oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. Oh, I just got chills. Pile number 2. I am the Oracle. My intuitive insights flow freely. Yeah. And if you felt like in the past, like they weren't flowing as freely as you wanted them to, especially for those of you here that are artists or entrepreneurs and you have a lot of ideas or you have a lot of things that you want to implement, but it's like, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm at the precipice here and I don't know, like, is it good enough or should I keep going with this? I feel like some of you may be asking, and I feel like the answer is yes. You're actually gonna have coming up, I feel, a chance to take action on some of these things that you've been marinating on. All right. So, and also if you guys are wondering, am I intuitive? Am I an oracle? Yes, you are. It says it right here. Okay. Some of you may be moving into greater awareness of that as well. We have astral travel. Holy shit. Okay. I just mentioned dreaming here and it says you seek adventure while you sleep. Astral travel. Yeah, I'm getting chills. You guys seek adventure with galactic guidance while you're sleeping. You're getting a ton of downloads. And, you know, it's like if you have any hangups or any doubts here with judgment, I feel like those things are being lifted off you right now and are being purified. And you don't have anything to feel paranoid about is another thing I feel like Anubis is saying. Like there's nothing to be paranoid about. Everything is on the right track. Prince of Wands, okay? Don't be paranoid. Everything's on the right track. And astral travel is definitely something you guys are doing right now. Pile number 2. We have blocks. Work on your chakras, okay? So it looks like here, like she's the oracle. It looks like here, like she is adjusting her heart, like she's pushing her heart chakra. It looks like she's doing some energetic work with her heart chakra and also possibly her sacral chakra here, okay? So some of you may have felt blocked in your heart chakra or in your sacral chakra. Sacral is like the creativity, it's the feminine, and it's sexuality as well. And some of you may have had your heart broken or your sacral chakra disrupted for whatever reason, okay? And the sacral chakra is also connected to clairsentience as a psychic ability, okay? So something about when you push through whatever has been blocking your heart chakra, it actually frees up energy in your sacral chakra to be even more intuitive, is what I'm getting here, okay? And if you guys felt blocked in the past in your old life, I feel like get ready for freedom here with this Prince of Wands, okay? And we have ask your angels, okay? So Anubis is saying here, like his advice to you is that if you are getting certain downloads and information while you're sleeping and you're not sure if they're true or not, and you're not sure, am I getting this right? Am I doing this right, etc.? Ask your angels, okay? Definitely ask your angels. And for those of you that are dreaming a lot and it may even be interrupting your sleep, ask your angels to kind of like tone it down a little bit if necessary. If like spirits are coming to you and you're very busy at nighttime and it's making you tired, okay? I feel like Spirit is saying here, ask your angels for whatever it is that you need. If you need clarity about the downloads that you're getting, if you need, you know, protection, whatever it is that you need, ask your angels. We have here obsession. Okay, and yeah, so with Judgment card, it is a Pluto card. So we do have that energy of obsession, like obsessing. I feel some of you could have been obsessing about something intuitively, okay? Maybe asking for more and more downloads, or maybe not trusting what you're getting when you're getting downloads or when you are getting messages. I feel like some of you, it's like maybe you want to wait till you hear the right answer, or you just keep looking and looking and looking at something to the point of obsession. And I feel like Anubis is saying, stop that, because it's wasting your energy, okay? It's really wasting your energy. And I also feel there's something in the heart chakra too, like something maybe having to do with some type of obsession that is rooted in the heart chakra, all right? And yeah, so what is that, pile number 2? Can you tell me what that is? Because I feel like whether it was someone that you were obsessed with romantically, emotionally, or something in your life that you definitely had a lot of power over you for whatever reason, could be the source of these blocks that you've been feeling. And I feel like that's what you're going to leave behind, is this kind of obsession, okay? And you're just going to go for it with the Prince of Wands here. We have way showing number 95. And, you know, it's interesting because Anubis is associated with the Syrian star system. So I've had a Sirius card here for Syrian star seeds, seeing this reading as well. I'm just going to read you a little bit of this way showing here, okay? And let's go ahead and see. So in the ancient past, Syrians were conflicted about being leaders or staying hidden. The high priestess staying hidden versus changing and becoming leaders. The Prince of Wands. Wow, 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 wow. They saw this as an either or situation. Either I stay hidden or I become a leader. Now that they have evolved, they realize that being a leader is not aggressive or controlling. True leaders lead from the heart, oh my God, heart chakra, without ego desire and from a clear sense of inner direction that is aligned with universal consciousness. In the ancient past, you were also conflicted about this issue, but now is the time to release this karmic pattern and no longer have fear of being a leader or a way shower. Pile number 2, you're a way shower and you're a leader. This may show up in your work. It may show up in intuitive work or just, whatever you do for work. And you don't have to do anything to lead. Simply being is enough. You guys may have this idea that you have to be like really flashy, or you have to be, like the best leaders lead by example, roll up their sleeves and, really dive in. It says here, this is an area of enlightenment and serious consciousness. To successfully evolve, Syrians had to heal some of their deepest fears. Yeah, judgment. One of those fears was about leadership and its responsibilities. They resisted this role, but soon realized that it was a part of their spiritual path. They eventually accepted it with gratitude for being allowed to be of service. Oh my God, I love that. That's touching my heart. If you pulled this card, it most likely means that you have leadership qualities. It may be asked of you to use those qualities now. Recognize that being a leader or a teacher can be subtle. It may be as a leader or teacher in your family or in your community. Do not fear this ability within you, but at the same time, do not force it either. The best leaders are those who don't necessarily want to lead, but simply lead by example. Yeah, I just mentioned leading by example. Another possible meaning is that you might be attached to the idea of becoming a leader, and this desire is coming from ego, right? Obsession here, rather than your true self. In order to know which, if any, of these options is correct, go honestly within yourself to find the answer, okay? This card may also be referencing a lifetime in which you were a leader. Use your intuition and look, right, High Priestess, at the other cards and your life circumstances to further clarify. Okay, every being is a leader and a teacher for others. As we embrace this role, we also embrace the responsibilities that come with that role, including integrity, impeccability, responsibility, and authenticity, right? I mean, the Judgment card is where I feel like maybe you guys got a little bit stuck with the authenticity, right? Because it was like, okay, well, how do I do this? Or what do I show? Or how do I show up for this? Okay, but I feel like, and this could have been the block here as well, but real leaders leading with their heart, okay? We have mystery, High Priestess. Of course we have mystery. I feel like you guys are like, yeah, about your blocks here. Like, feeling like these blocks were very mysterious to you, and some of you were getting downloads in your dreams about it and wondering what the heck, wow. And wondering like, what does this all mean? Or even feeling like, I feel like I have a block, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Like this block to sort of like, stepping in and transforming into this new life. And I feel like we're finding out what these are now, okay? We have isolation. Okay, Anubis is saying you don't have to do this in isolation, all right? Don't try to do this all yourself with whatever it is that you're working on or planning. Ask for help from other people. Ask your angels, ask actual people. Other people are here for you and can give you guidance on things, okay? For those of you that are, having spiritual businesses or, workings in the occult and things like that, you can always ask other people. You can ask me if you want to. Send me an email, some of you here are very advanced too. All of us are advanced, right? You're just moving. We're always moving up levels, okay? It's like, and the raw talent is there, the High Priestess, okay? It's just a matter of getting it out there with the Prince of Wands. And you don't have to do this in isolation, okay? Or feel alone as you're working through these blocks. And there are people here for you, pile number 2. Ooh, pile number 2. Let me just ring this bell, okay? This is my favorite Isis card. You guys just got it, and I fucking love it, okay? And ooh, damn, I love the energy. All right, pile number 2. You guys, what is happening right now is you guys are developing power over 7 scorpions. research this term, the power over 7 scorpions, because it's a real thing, okay? It says you're being initiated into the magic of conjuring, so as to have the power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. Yeah, I mentioned you guys absorbing things and taking everything in, right? And maybe feeling like at times like passive or exhausted because of it. No more. Power over 7 scorpions, okay? You are being initiated into the magic of conjuring so as to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. Wow, I love that. Pile number 2. We have angels. Oh my God, we have ask your angels and angels. So angels definitely coming through. And when it comes, if you feel there's a block in your heart chakra or an obsession that you've been going back and forth with for a long time, ask your angels to help you with this, okay? To help relieve this burden, whatever it is that's been on your heart for a while. Pile number 2, okay? For a while. And sometimes we can even become obsessed with the way people treated us, betrayed us, hurt us. You know, we can become obsessed with that. And I know how that is, pile number 2. I've been there, all right? And that can represent a block in the heart chakra that you may not, it's like, well, what is it? I feel like there's something there, right? Ask your angels to work with you on that. You don't have to do this in isolation. Ask other people to help you too. We have the halls of a mentee. Oh boy. Astral travel, the halls of a mentee. Oh my God, I love it. It's so wonderful. That's where you guys are going at night when you astral travel and you're adventuring. You're going to the halls of a mentee, and you're seeing like the history of humanity, and you're seeing the way that like humanity has always had people around it who were way showers, intuitive, psychics, healers, you know, wisdom seekers, whatever you want to call it, pile number 2. Okay, so you are definitely, some of you may have a connection to the halls of a mentee. Definitely research that term. Research power over 7 scorpions and the halls of a mentee. Okay, AMENTI, halls of a mentee. All right, because you guys definitely travel, astral travel there, and you're learning a lot there too. All right, and we have here, your dreams need a practical plan. Full moon in Taurus. Okay, yeah, and I feel like this is where, like, this is coming out under blocks and mystery. So, I mean, this is where, like, it becomes a little overwhelming trying to figure out what's going on with us. And we get kind of pulled into the lull of just being in the download energy kind of thing instead of, you know, making the changes here that we need to make, okay, with judgment. And definitely your dreams need a practical plan, especially if you're playing in spirituality, okay? And especially if you want to do something like in business with that, or you want to expand on it and you have certain goals here. And definitely Taurus energy, dreams need a practical plan, and it's always important to stay grounded in whatever it is that we're doing here, okay? Because with the High Priestess, it's lovely energy, but we need to kind of come back to self and take action with this Prince of Wands. We have the Divine Masculine. Okay. Yeah, talking about your dreams need a practical plan, Divine Masculine. Some of you may have had that obsession with the Divine Masculine here too as well, you know, like the heart chakras I was talking about. But the frequency of the Divine Masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side. Yeah, Prince of Wands, our strong, focused, active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams, ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. Bring it into form, baby. All right. And we all have divine masculine within us and divine feminine. So Spirit is wanting you have the high priestess side already. You already got that down, baby. You got it. I don't know if you were just doubting yourself or what with the Judgment card, but you already got the intuitive and the artistic, the creative. You already have that nailed down, okay? I feel like this is divine masculine, needing a practical plan and bringing things into form and stop doubting ourselves is really what Spirit is saying here, okay? So let's go ahead next. Let's ask where do you need to, where does pile number 2 need to tie up any loose ends and get down to business here? Where does pile number 2 need, okay, this card, the Princess of Pentacles. Yeah, so practical skills and determination, and maybe around money as well too. But definitely Princess of Pentacles, very practical, bringing things into form. All the princesses are associated with Malkut on the Tree of Life, which is the earth plane, okay? So yeah, I definitely feel like, and I feel like there's a sun opening up here in the background. So just getting more, like having that, like we said, your dreams need a practical plan, having that practical plan, Page of Pentacles, okay? And money, there may be some money or investment things that you need to work out here. Where do you need to tie up loose ends or get down to business? We have the King of Wands, okay. Yeah, so confidence, for sure. And I feel like you just, you need to go for the bigger thing is what I feel, okay? Make the practical steps, take the practical plan, but you've already done things on like a smaller level is what I'm getting. So it's really time to like go for the bigger win, go for the bigger thing that you want here. And with the King of Wands, we could have Sagittarius. We also have Leo here with the Prince of Wands. But also the King of Wands for me is like a confident entrepreneur and business owner and creative. Like someone who's very confident in whatever it is that they create and very connected into what they want to bring into form. And they're not really they're very focused. They're not letting anything get them off track, okay? Some of you may need to tie up some loose ends with the King of Wands here. There may be somebody that you need to ask them for something. I don't know, maybe a loan or whatever it is. Like there may be somebody here that you need to ask someone for something and maybe you've been putting it off a little bit, okay? But where do you need to tie up loose ends and get down to business? Oh, we have the Fool. Okay, so if there is someone that you need to talk to or you need advice from, again, I mentioned you don't have to do it in isolation. Just go ahead. Don't be shy. Don't be bashful. Just go ahead and ask. And I feel that person's going to be very open to helping you. Or if it's just you that actually needs to step it up now because you have the practical plan, Page of Wands, but then it's time to be confident. And with the Fool here, it's like, that's it. Those are all the loose ends that you need to tie up, okay? Like, there's not really anything else that you need to tie up. It's pretty simple, okay? Which I kind of love, And the Fool here in this deck is the Sacred Clown. I mean, there's nothing, maybe you guys are like, well, I feel kind of like weird or whatever, or people will look at me weird, but whatever, like, ask your angels to help you if you have that feeling of being looked at as being like weird or different. Like, just don't be shy about that. I feel like after these two issues here are cleared up, there's really nothing else to tie. I don't feel like you guys have a ton of like loose ends or crazy business things to tie up here. I feel like just, the two things I addressed here, address that and then go for it, okay? And let's go ahead and see, what is Anubius's final judgment on this situation? What is Anubius's final judgment here? The King of Pentacles. This is going to be very successful. You are going to grow into this. You are going to grow more comfortable with this. The money is going to be there. The timing is going to be right. You're ripe for this. You're ready for this. You will have a practical plan. Your dreams need a practical plan, okay? You will get the finances or the money under control. You will get the step-by-step plan that you need, Page of Pentacles. You will be very satisfied with whatever you're contemplating here, okay? And what I'm getting is go for it, okay? Just go for it. Like, pedal to the metal, pile number 2, okay? Page of Wands, pedal to the metal. All right, so Anubius is like, yeah, you know, you got my permission, you got it. And Anubius is not like, his energy is not like flamboyant, okay? But I feel like what he's saying here is, yeah, he's nodding his head. I feel like he's like absolutely nodding his head, okay? And let's see how Anubius is guiding your soul during this time, pile number 2. How is, well, definitely divine masculine, Anubius is guiding your soul. But let's see, how is Anubius guiding your soul here? 8 of Cups, okay. So things get overwhelming, right? And it's like when one door closes, another door opens, but you guys may be focusing on the closed door at times, and it may be making you feel like, what do I even do next? Or how do I even, you know, but I feel like there's an open door, and an open door right at your feet. It's right there. Okay. And I literally feel like Anubius is opening this door and putting this cup at your foot, and you're still thinking about something from the past here that didn't go exactly like you wanted it to. Or you may feel like, oh, that was a failure or whatever. I'm seeing the letter T here. All right. And the letter N, V, A, T here. Okay. But I feel like Anubius is saying I'm putting it right in front of you. Just look down, literally just look down at your feet. I'm going to put it literally right in front of you. And I feel like Anubius is saying, I'm helping you get over like obsessing, right? It's again, I feel like he's obsessed. If someone here is obsessing on looking at something from the past, or obsessing about something that got locked away from you or didn't go like you wanted, type of thing. And I feel like Anubius is like, you know, is helping you like just not even be in that energy anymore. And it's just saying, literally, I'm putting this cup at your feet, okay? I'm putting it right there for you so that you can, like, if you're not going to miss it. Anubius is saying you're not going to miss it, because literally you will trip over it. If you take one step, you will trip over it and realize what it is. In this case, that's a very good thing, pile number 2, like taking one step. If you trip a little bit, you're not going to fall, okay? You're just going to realize what it is that's in front of you, is what I feel like, okay? Pile number 2. So that is what I am getting for you, my darling hearts. My astrology teacher always says that. He calls everyone his darling hearts. And now I've taken to calling people that too. So thank you, my darling hearts. And I hope to see you again soon. Do leave me a comment, pile number 2, if that resonated for you. Take care. Let's go ahead and move on to pile number 3. Okay. Okay, let's do it. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the red agates, and even as I was just coming into your reading, Anubius was telling me, like, slow down, it's okay, everything's gonna be fine. Some of you may feel crunched for time lately for whatever reason, and if you're getting in that kind of panicky, I don't have enough time, etc., just tell yourself to calm down. Like, I know easier said than done, pile number 3, but I'm getting that energy right away of just slow down and take your time. So this reading is called Anubis Magic, Funeral Rites for Your Old Life. So as you guys may know, Anubis has the body of a human and the head of a jackal. And you can see Anubis on the Wheel of Fortune. And he's on the right here, the red figure, representing coming up from matter and ascending up into the higher realms, okay? And Anubis does so many things. And I went through in the intro everything about Anubis, about the jackal, about what he does, about what his energy feels like to me when I work with him. I haven't worked with him a lot, actually, but his energy has really been coming through for me recently. So let's go ahead and channel the energy. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 3, and also God Anubis here, Egyptian god of the dead, please be with us today in this moment as we channel your energy and slow down to receive your messages. Thank you so much for being here with me. And yeah, okay, let's go ahead and get into it. I just heard the word take care. So maybe some of you signed an email, take care, or you told someone recently, take care. I mean, I know a lot of people say take care, or maybe that's just a message for you to take care recently, okay? But let's go ahead and see what Anubis wants to help you with when it comes to saying a final goodbye to a certain phase of your life and moving into a new phase here. We have 10 of Pentacles and wealth. Ooh, I like that energy. We have the Ace of Cups. Hey baby, hey baby. All right. And showering you with love, pile number 3. Oh, and we have the Queen of Wands, pile number 3. Wow. And, ooh, I love the Queen of Wands in the Thoth deck too. She is so commanding and inspiring. And, I feel like what's going on here is you guys actually, I feel like you guys have been doing really well, like when it comes to your goals or to your money or to your work, or you know what that's about, or you've experienced some success there, or you've really you feel confident there, like when it comes to your work or when it comes to your money or when it comes to, the things you've accomplished in life, earth plane accomplishments, right? With the 10 of Pentacles. But I feel what you guys really, really are seeking here is love, okay? Like love, 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 love. And I feel like you're very independent, pile number 3. Like you work hard, you have what you need. You're a very strong individual, all right? And people look up to you. And I feel like Anubis is sending his respects to you, okay? Because I feel like he's like, you made me proud, whatever. I feel some of you have worked so hard in your life to become the person that you are today. And it's not that many people may even know, how you came from this place to this place and how, tedious that it could have been for you at times. But I really, and you know what? The 10 of Pentacles is Mercury in Virgo, and Mercury is exalted in Virgo. And I said in the intro to this reading that Anubis's energy really comes through to me as Virgo too, like Virgo and Scorpio, but also Mercury in Virgo being exalted, Mercury being exalted in Virgo. So, I mean, I feel like Anubis says, good job, and I feel like he's been assisting you for a while to accomplish what you need to accomplish on the earth plane. And it's building blocks, it's one step at a time that you've been going through. And I feel like you guys pass every test thrown your way. It's like you pass it. Whatever shows up, like in your work environment, whatever it is, I feel like you guys, it's not like you haven't dealt with hardship. I think some of you just really make it look easy with this Ace of Cups. Okay. And if you haven't felt that way, pile number 3, if you're like, well, that's exactly how I want my life to be, but it hasn't always been like that. I feel like your old life could even be a life where things didn't come that easy to you. Things were not that clear. It wasn't real clear, like how you were just passing every test and winning at life, okay? And I feel like your new life this is what's gonna happen, okay? And I also feel some love energies coming in for you guys too. I feel like I'm looking at this, it looks like a dome thing at like an outdoor concert. It kind of reminds me of the Hollywood Bowl in an essence in LA, for those of you that have been there. I used to live in LA, so I'm just looking at it. I'm like, that kind of looks like the Hollywood Bowl shining in the background there on the Ace of Cups. But I feel like you guys, some of you could be performers or, you know, business men or women or performers or creatives, or you run something, or you run like major events or something like that. I feel pile number 3, you're gonna be on point. You're gonna make it look easy, to the point where some people might even be a little bit jealous of you or want what you have, okay? And some of you may be aware that that's already, energy is kind of already playing out. And I do feel like you guys are gonna have what you need financially, or you already do. And I feel like you guys, again, very confident, very, you know, a strong willpower, very confident, very holding on to what you know and what you think is right in life and the things that you can achieve. Very much stepping up that ladder. Okay, pile number 3. Again, what I feel though is an opening in your heart space, or an opening when it comes to love. Okay. I mean, I always used to say that about myself back in the day, because my career, you know, I had a 20-year career before I quit my corporate job, and I always did amazing in my career. For whatever reason, I worked hard, but I was very, very blessed. And, you know, I started working when I was 14, and I worked a lot, you know, all the way through college. I worked full time through college. So it's not like, you know, people think things are handed to people. Nothing was really handed to me, but you know, I really did well in that area of my life, but I was very independent, but I will say the thing that often missed me was really being vulnerable and being open to love. And I'm using myself as an example right now because I feel like Spirit's like, it's like that, you know? Normally I don't like talk about myself so much in a reading, pile number 3. I also feel like with this Queen of Wands, you guys are going to be in a position to talk about yourselves more with this Ace of Cups and Queen of Wands, to love yourself more, to share your story more, to be more center stage with like how you got to where you got today. And yeah, and I really feel people appreciate your energy. You know, I really do, pile number 3. Let's go ahead and see what Anubis is. Let's honor what has passed and discover what's next with the guidance of Anubis, okay? We have here reflective truth, identity, self-love, and acceptance. Yeah, that's what I feel. Some of you may have identified a lot with like money or material possessions. I know I did. I got a lot of my confidence from like I'm good at my job or things like that, but that's an external thing, you know? I feel like Ace of Cups self-love is something entirely different, okay? And I feel like you guys, like your new life here, your shedding of your old skin is coming into a sense of softness, okay? At softness, self-love and acceptance, okay? And it's like a new you. There's 2 of you right here. And it's like, you're like, I kind of like what I'm used to, 10 of Pentacles. I'm really good at this. I like what I'm used to here. But I also feel like you guys are like, I'll give it a try. Self-love and acceptance. Good for you, pile number 3. Good for you. All right, let's see what else we have. Ooh, look at this sexy guy. Shit, pile number 3. He's coming out under the Ace of Cups. What is this hunka burning love doing right here? That's a hottie. I don't know. For those of you who like men, you guys just had a hottie show up right underneath the Ace of Cups. So alrighty then. Anyway, we have a how do you say his name? Apokius the Seer, visionary. I chart the stars, signs, and symbols to craft magic. All right. Some of you may be finding a love for astrology, or you may be finding a love for the stars and the signs and the symbols. And but you're a visionary. You know, you are a visionary, pile number 3. And you're very captivating that way. And it seems like things just happen magically for you, at least in this new space. It really is going to feel that way. The color blue is really around you guys right now too, like a very soft, gentle blue. Very throat chakra kind of energy here too, opening for you guys. I don't know who sings here. Someone here may sing or perform, but I definitely feel that energy coming out. Yeah, and some of you are going to have a hottie. I see a hottie boom body here, pile number 3. And of course, the Queen of Wands is hot, so why not, you know? We have pendulum, strengthening your intuition. So I feel like some of you may be into pendulums or using pendulums, but I also feel like you guys are I knew this card was going to come up. I just knew it. I feel like you guys are needing to make some decisions here. You've got to a point now where it's like you need to make some decisions about your time and your energy, I feel like. And I do feel some of you are strengthening your intuition too. And as soon as you get into this self-love and acceptance, it actually helps you even run things from a more intuitive perspective, which gives you an even better leg up on things, okay? But I also feel some of you here are needing to make probably some decisions coming up about the uses of your time, effort, and energy, okay? Because it could be demanding at times with the 10 of Pentacles, but I feel you're successful, okay? We have nature calls. Yeah, I feel like some of you've been working real hard, but it's time for you guys to take some time for yourself, take a sabbatical, take whatever you can take, okay? Take a walk, take a stroll in nature and become one with Gaia, okay? And I just feel like adding the word again to that, because I feel you guys have memories, maybe even as a child or a young person, as being in nature and you really enjoyed it, okay? But then the demands of the world took over, 10 of Pentacles, family, you know, responsibilities, la-da-da-da-da. I feel like, oh, I just bumped my nose ring. That was painful. Anyway, I feel like you guys, it's like nature calls, okay? It's like I gotta get out of a stifling environment and get into a place where I'm like, and you could really love what you do or really enjoy it, but I also feel some of you may be like, yeah, but I'm a little stifled, or I need more inspiration, or I just need some time away is what I'm getting here, okay? And that's gonna help you understand like what your next steps are in this new life. We have here, no. Okay, so I feel like here's you guys, like, I don't know what Natalie's saying. Like, look at her face here. I don't know. Like, I kind of like what I have, 10 of Pentacles, right? And Anubis is so serious, right? He's like, no, you want more. Okay. All right. I feel like some of you told yourself like you're really happy with what you have and you have certain things in your life and you're like, that's good enough, you know? And I feel like Anubis is like, no, there's more for you. No. Okay. Anyway. And I feel like you guys are like, eye roll, you know? Let's see what else we have here. We have revenge. Oh yeah. I knew this one was going to come up too. So this could be where this is coming up under the Ace of Cups in this hottie boom body visionary here. Okay. I feel like some of you guys have opened your heart up in the past to people that were like smooth talkers or looked good or whatever. And I feel like some of you maybe threw yourself into your work or into your material pursuits or family stuff because you got fucking played in the past or you got really hurt, you know? And I know how that is, pile number 3. I feel you on that. I mean, I can get real vengeful and bitter and resentful as well, okay? To the point where I'm like, I don't even want it. I don't even want it. Just stay the fuck away from me, right? I know how it is, pile number 3. And Spirit is saying here, like, I feel some of you have really tangled with this energy of betrayal and people that played you or fucked you over, or you gave them a chance and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? Okay. And I feel like she looks like the Queen of Swords to me. So I feel like, you know, you guys know that song, I'm going to harden my heart. I'm going to swallow my tears. I'm going to harden my heart, right? I feel like it's from the 70s or 80s. You can look it up. But the Queen of Swords here is like, I'm going to harden my heart. And I feel like there's going to be somebody, though, who gets through your walls here, okay? And this person could be very witchy themselves. They have a crow sitting on their shoulder. And I feel like they want to get to know you here, pile number 3. And I feel like it's time to kind of let go of some of the... And I understand a lust for revenge. I get it, pile number 3, especially when people really fuck you up, got you fucked up. You know what I mean? I get it. But I also feel like Spirit is saying here, like, I feel like you guys know it's kind of, you're wanting more. Okay, so that issue, nature really heals you too with all the greens and the heart chakra and all of that. I feel like some of you are making a decision to put more time to like your own self-care or love, or opening your heart again, which at times you may fight yourself on, pile number 3. But Anubis is saying, like, no, you want more. You actually do want more self-love. You actually do want connection. You actually do want to experience this, okay? And we have here embracing transition and Sirius energy. So for those of you that resonate with the Syrian star system or Syrian star seeds, Anubis is very, very attached to, I mean, he is part of the Syrian energy. So I drew a Syrian card for everyone here, and I'm going to go ahead and read this card a little bit to you guys here. And it says embracing transition. So like I said, this is coming out under the pendulum. So needing to make some decisions about your time and what's going on here, and embracing the transition of your priorities is what I feel. Okay, so in this time, the Sirius energy has made an evolutionary transition from 4th density to 5th, which means a shift from physical to non-physical. Humans are in the process of I feel like you're in the process of transitioning from 3D, the 10 of Pentacles, to 5D, which is like the Ace of Cups, okay? Planetary transition can be a frightening thing because it means leaping into the unknown. Personally, you are also making a transition to a new level of consciousness. Yep. It is important to embrace this transition and trust its process, even if you can't clearly see where it leads. The energy of Sirius can help you with this process. There are many levels of guidance, and energetically, this connects to the time period in which the Syrians moved from 4th into 5th density. Okay, this is a huge transition. If this card came up in your reading, it is reminding you that you too are going through a huge transition in your consciousness as you walk on your spiritual journey. Sometimes the transition creates a lot of fear because you are walking into the unknown. It becomes essential to embrace it even if you can't see the outcome, okay? For some people, this card comes up in readings when they have experienced the death of someone close and are struggling with grief, okay? And this could be around relationships for you guys as well, especially with this Queen of Swords, like revenge energy I was picking up on. No matter the circumstances, the underlying message is always to open up your arms and your heart, Ace of Cups, to transition. Life is full of transitions, and when they are resisted, we suffer. Let yourself embrace them as a natural part of life. Wow. Okay, so Anubis came out and said, no, stop resisting the transition. Okay. Pile number 3, that's so funny. We have peace. Yeah, you guys really needing to get in nature, go on walks, journal, reflect, sit outdoors if you can, if you're able to right now. And there's a sense of peace that's going to come with that. And I do feel some of you need to be more you need to allocate more time to this sense of being peaceful and being in nature and opening your heart. You definitely, I feel, it's going to revitalize you and get you out of the routine as well. It's going to make you feel more creative and alive. Pile number 3. We have here movement. Yeah, you definitely need movement. Like, you've accomplished a lot, 10 of Pentacles, but you're moving into another space now. And I feel you guys can feel the momentum and that things are, your priorities and different things in your life are shifting, okay? And I do think you guys need to move some energy right now, especially when it comes to, you know, like this, I've mentioned like this revenge energy. And it's not like you guys are like, you know, planning people's downfall or anything over here, trying to come up with a plan to off people, but I do feel like, and I know your energy, pile number 3, I feel kind of similar to it at times. I know how that feels when you open up and then somebody really like stings you, you know? We have Ancient Power Mysteries. Here's your Isis card, okay? This oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice. Yeah, throat chakra. I mentioned it right here. There's a lot of blue, soft blue around you right now. Journaling, talking about this. The oracle guides you to honor the power of your voice, whether through spoken or sung words. And I mentioned someone here singing, all right? Or through what you write, speak, or stand up for symbolically. Stand up for love, right? Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups. You have a potentially very powerful healing voice, and you are guided to recognize the responsibility that you have for what you proclaim through your voice. Wow. Pile number 3. This is coming out under the revenge card, right? So opening up your throat chakra, ancient power mysteries, okay? Access to your full throat chakra power, pile number 3. Oh, we have number 9 here, and curses. You know what's so interesting is Anubis is actually associated with the number 9. And I feel like some of you guys have maybe come to, like, you feel cursed about something in your life. Like, you've just come to expect that, like, that part of my life is not really, like, going, like, other areas of my life are stronger and this one isn't as strong, you know? And I feel like Anubis is saying that's not the case at all. These lines are all very strong. And some of you may be into like palmistry, or you may have had your palm read and you may look at those lines in your palm, or you may want to do that. But I feel Anubis is saying, don't let this energy discourage you. Your lines are all very strong, okay? And you're not cursed. You're really, really not. And because this is number 9, the energy of Anubis associated with number 9, for those of you that are life path number 9s too, take it times a gazillion million. I'm a life path number 9, so I guess I'll take it too, pile number 3, but you're not cursed, okay? You're not cursed. You're just making some different decisions now with this pendulum energy, and you're embracing this transition. We have here Life Between Lives, card number 21. Yeah, and you guys need to take some time in the in-between. I feel like you have a lot with this movement, 10 of Pentacles, a lot of responsibility, a lot of things going on, a lot of time commitments. You guys need some time in between time. You know what I mean? You need some, that's coming out under peace and nature calls here. So I think you guys, sometimes it's hard to relax. You may feel like I'm sinking underwater. I don't have a purpose. I'm not being busy. You know, for some of you, it may be a little bit hard to even relax on vacation, I feel like. But Spirit is saying here, you're not going to drown. You're not going to whatever, like you're going to be fine. Just embrace like the peaceful time in between, like duty calls and nature calls, right? And here we have full moon eclipse. Conclusions are within reach. Okay, so there is some situation that you guys maybe have been wondering about, and it may have to do with work or something like that as well with this 10 of Pentacles here, or family. But there is going to be an answer to something here. It's going to move the situation, and conclusions are within reach, okay? with whatever you need. I feel like if someone tells you no to something that you need, well, then fine. You know, like if they tell you no, this is making me think of a friend of mine who requested for time off, and she worked hard, like so hard. And the company was giving her so much shit about it and telling her no. And she hadn't taken any days off. Like she'd been working so hard. And even a no is an answer, right? That moves things forward. Then she eventually left that company and went to a different company, you know, in her own timing. But I feel like when you get an answer to something, even if it's a no, it creates movement, because it's like, okay, well, there's my answer. The conclusion was within reach. Okay. And some of you guys, I feel, are going to be getting a pivotal answer about something, and you're going to know like what move you need to make. I feel, ooh, empowerment. Yeah. Queen of Wands, empowerment. The frequency of empowerment supports our ability to show up fully and completely, right? Not just one side of ourselves, but embracing all sides of ourselves. Show up fully and completely, uniting us with others in deep trust that we are all connected, okay, through the same source. So again, deep trust, this is coming out under the Queen of Swords kind of energy I was talking about. And I feel deep trust is maybe what was damaged here, pile number 3, okay? And you're very empowered, I feel like, in many areas of your life, but there may be one area where it's been a little bit harder to find that sense of empowerment, right? And I feel like it's coming, okay? And you're gonna feel very empowered to open up. Ace of Cups is what I'm getting here. All right, so we've got a couple more questions. This is a long reading, I know. I hope you guys really enjoy it, because I prepared for it like extensively and put time into it, okay? So let's go ahead and ask, where is Anubis helping you to tie up loose ends and get down to business? Okay, where is Anubis helping pile number 3 to tie up loose ends and get down to business here? We have the 6 of Cups. Okay. Interesting. Like what you wish for and what you want is important. All right. And I feel like Anubis is helping you guys realize like your emotional needs for intimacy. Okay. And like how you felt as a child, or how animals make you feel, or just how cuteness makes you feel, or how the loving embrace of someone makes you feel, right? I think Anubis is helping you to bring these feelings again to the forefront, okay? How is Anubis helping pile number 3 tie up loose ends here? We have the World. Wow. Well, he is really assisting you with seeing yourself in a new way, right? As like softer, and not to say that you guys aren't soft, but I feel like emotionally vulnerable and soft in a way. 6 of Cups, Ace of Cups, right? And this is what's going to complete your life, right? This is the World. This is what's going to like really, and look at her, the smile on her face. She's like, I can't believe this is happening to me. And I just feel so much lighter, and I'm so much more like, I feel like this really completes your world, okay? And some of you are with the World, you're ending and beginning a major new cycle, and you can feel it. I feel some of you can feel your heart opening up. You're ready for it. You are ready, pile number 3. I just want you to know you're ready. Anubis is like, you got this, you're ready. Let's see what else he's helping you to tie up. 8 of Wands. Okay, yeah, he's saying, and he loves the 8 of Wands tonight. I think this came up in every single pile. But he's like, you know, once you accept what it is that you want and what you actually need emotionally, and what really like melts your heart with so much cuteness, or what really feels close and intimate to you for what you want and need, it's gonna put the biggest smile on your face. You're gonna know what that is when you get a taste of it, and you're gonna move forward. You're gonna be like, you're not even gonna second guess it, because you're just gonna be like, yeah, you know, it's just gonna boom happen with the 8 of Wands with the blink of an eye, okay? And I don't even think there's that many loose ends here to tie up. It's just you guys understanding and knowing like the feeling that you want to have in your life and how you want to experience your life in a new way, okay, is what I'm getting here. And how you want to experience your priorities too, okay, your priorities in life. So let's see, what is Anubius's final judgment on this issue? What is Anubius's final judgment? Final judgment from Anubius on this issue. Okay, he's like, he's like, you already know what to do. 10 of Wands, yeah. His final judgment is that it's time to shift gears, okay? We have 2 10s here, the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. The 10s always represent the end of a cycle, especially with the Wands. It's like, it's kind of time to pack it up and go. I feel like some of you around, it may be around a work situation, or it may be around, I feel like you guys are saying, I'm going to go where I'm appreciated now. And I need some time for myself anyway, because I've been putting in a lot of work here. And I feel like you guys need some time and space and distance from the very, very long road that you've been on. And Anubius is supporting you in making this transition, okay? And you're gonna be fine, all right? And he's saying with this 10 of Wands, it's about time. It's about time, you know. You know it's about time. You know it's time to let up on something, all right? It's time to, it's not like what you did was bad. You did amazing things, pile number 3. Okay, realize your progress and everything that you've done and all the guideposts and mileage under your belt for what you've done in your life. It's not like you did anything wrong. It's just the energy is shifting, okay? And you're just going to find yourself interested in something else is what I'm seeing here, okay? So how is Anubius guiding your soul? Because Anubius was the psychopomp that guides our souls through the underworld, okay? So how, oh, that just flipped over. Devil, okay. Anubius is helping you get through any temptations or self-imposed limitations is also what I feel here, okay? And I feel like some of you sometimes felt like, I don't have a choice. I just have to do this, okay? And some of you don't like the way that someone has been treating you. It could be at work, it could be in a relationship, but somebody treating you or family, like somebody treating you like they got you all figured out and you're never gonna leave and you're always gonna stick around, whether that's at your work with a family thing or with a relationship, thinking that, you know, pile number 3 is always going to be like a puppet on my string, and there's no way they're going to leave this situation because it would just be too hard for them because they need what I have, whether it's money or whatever, or this job or whatever. I feel like Anubius is like, nah, you don't need this, okay? So how is Anubius? Anubius is guiding you through this because with the devil, a lot of fear can come up, and I know how that is, and it's hard to let go, you know, when something has been like really good. Sometimes it's hard to just get the faith to go, you know? 6 of Wands, okay? Anubius is helping you to realize and guiding you through like any doubts that you have. And Anubius is saying you're good. Like you are doing great at life, pile number 3 with the 6 of Wands. You know, it's not that you don't need anyone because everybody needs people. But if there is someone in your life that's like, you need this, or if you're telling yourself that you absolutely need something and you would be completely lost without it, I feel like it's not true, okay? Because you stand brightly on your own accord, you know? You got your own independence, you got your own fire, your own strength, you've got your own determination, you've got your own confidence. You got it all. You got all of that. So if there's any, Anubius, I feel like is helping you to navigate this feeling of, I can't get out of this, or even your own self-limitation around something, okay? And is making you realize that isn't a limitation for me at all. I can actually do this. And I actually will, I'm actually going to do it. All right. Six of Wands, and even publicly, right? I mean, sometimes with the devil, we don't want people to know, or we keep things hidden or secret, but the Six of Wands is not secret at all. You know, it's like my coming out party. This is what I want to do, and this is what I'm doing, you know? So that is what I am getting for you, my beautiful pile number threes. I hope that that reading resonated for you. And I hope that you were able to connect with the energy of Anubis in that reading. And thank you so much to all the piles today. Thank you for being here, and take care, everyone.